There are new developments in a shooting that happened over the weekend in Corpus Christi that claimed a man's life. Corpus Christi detectives asking for your help tonight, finding a vehicle that may have been involved in the Tanglewood shooting. 20-year-old Parris Tipton was shot and killed at Glen Arbor Park Sunday night. That's near Tanglewood and Etheridge Drive. Police say they still don't know how the shooting happened and are still looking for the shooter. The suspected vehicle is described as a 1993 to 1995 green BMW sedan or something similar. It appears to have a white in color driver's side door. Now, it's got a little white paint going on, I guess, on one of the driver's side doors there in that green BMW. If you see a vehicle matching this description, please record the license plate number and call police.